Hello everyone, welcome to Happy Reviews. Today we have Masters of the Universe Origins, Rise of Evil, Dark Origins of two of Eternia's evil warriors. That's a lot to say. Here is the box art. You have Keldor and Kronis standing there, I guess ready to attack the castle, but they're facing this way. They're looking that way, but the castle's there, so I'm not sure what they're doing, but I mean, whatever. And then there's the evil ghost spirit of Hordak, I guess. And then new for 21. Made by Mattel. Forgot to say that. Ages 6 and up. There we go. Forgot that. But yeah, something cool about this. Oh, well, yeah. There's Keldor and there's Kronis in the box there. Very nice. Something more to say about this is this is based off the 2000X line, which is very cool because that's what got me started on He-Man. And a couple many years ago. My dad had the 2000X, he had the 2000X Castle Grayskull downstairs for a garage sale, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And so he gave it to me, and I was using it for my Lego figures or something. And then eventually one day he brought down the actual He-Man characters, this is what goes with it. And I thought they were the coolest thing ever. So that's very cool for me. Yeah, and then you can see there's Keldor in the box and his sword, and then there's Kronis, and it says Keldor, evil apprentice of Hordak! Exclamation mark, and Origins Kronis, evil criminal from another dimension. So they're actually acknowledging the fact that Trapjaw came from another dimension, but it's a different thing. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, and then they're acknowledging that he's Prince Hordak, which is 2000X. That's the whole thing. So that's very cool. I definitely like that. Yeah, and then you can kind of see in there that Skeletor has gems for eyes. So that's really cool. I can't wait to open that up and see what it looks like. But and something else I thought was interesting, how it says Origins Kronis. I wonder if there's some trademark copyright thing where they have that for the name. So that's kind of funny. So in the back of the box, there you see him, I guess, attacking King Randor. So you have King Randor, man-at-arms, and a Stratos warrior, one of his people, warrior. Then there's Keldor and Kronis. You have the first appearance Triclops, which we know we have a figure of coming soon. There's the Lords of Power Merman, which a figure was just revealed actually a couple days ago. And then there is the Evelyn, which I'm very excited for because it is the 2000X version of Evelyn, which means that maybe they'll make more 2000X characters with the 2000X design. So that's really me. And then Lords of Power Beastman, which is kind of weird looking. I don't really like that one. But yeah, before Skeletor and Trapjaw, Keldor and Kronis terrorized Eternia in their quest for total domination. Yes, very cool. And there's a little thing about what it is. There it shows you how you can switch out Keldor's head for Skeletor's. You turn him into Skeletor. There. Twist into powerful battle positions, and then on the back it has all of the deluxe figures on the back. So yeah, there you have Battle Armor He-Man, Ram-Man, Clamp-Champ, and Battle Armor Skeletor and Panther. I don't have He-Man or Skeletor, but I have Clamp-Champ and I do have Ram-Man. And I actually have filmed a video of it. I might have it out. I think I should release that before this one. Just depends on how I feel at the time. But yeah, there should be a video. If not, it'll be up soon. But yeah, and something else about the box. I guess you can see the side of the box. There's not much there. There's a little lizard guy coming out, and it says Rise of Evil. And on the other side, you can see Lords of Power Beastman, Trapjaw, Merman, Evelyn. So they're all down there, which is kind of cool. And then this box is a lot smaller than I thought it was. I think the size of the Battle Cat Panther boxes. Here I have the box for the Flocked Panther. I thought it was gonna be this size, but I guess that makes sense because the figures are. Oh, that was a crash. The figures are smaller, but yeah, it's a lot thinner than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, it's still very cool. All right, let's crack this bad boy open and see what's inside. Alrighty, here they are out of the box. 2 weeks later. Yeah, but even 3 actually. I filmed the intro to this video 2 or 3 weeks ago when I got the box, when I got the set of 2, and then because we found one at my Target, and my dad was like, "That looks cool, I want it," and so he kind of kept it for himself. And then we found one the next week, and then that was the final week of school. I'm out of school now, but the final week of school, so I had exams and stuff. I was just not able to open it or do anything with it, and so here it is finally. I've waited long enough. So yeah, here it is, out of the box. I'm going to start with Kronis, because he's arguably the less interesting character. Yeah, he's basically, you know, Trap Jaw without the Trap Jaw and the arm, which are the two things that make him cool. So he's basically Trap Jaw stripped of everything cool. But I mean, he's still a great figure. That makes him sound really bad, but he's a really great figure. He's got the exact same legs as Trap Jaw. He has a blue head, which is weird because I have Trap Jaw right here, and his head's green. So that's a bit of a that's a little confusing. There's probably some explanation of that, but it does not have the belt that Trap Jaw has here that holds the weapons. But for some reason, he does have the weapons, like a weapon holder spot on the back. That you can take the little attachments and you can stick it in there. And it actually looks pretty cool. I like it. Like when you stick all three of them in there, it looks like he's got a giant backpack on, and it looks kind of cool. I don't know. I like that. So yeah, there's that's the Kronis figure. He has his little thing can be taken off. You just unpeg that there, and you can take it off. I'll show you that. I'll show you that when I take the whole figure off. But on him, it's actually molded on. Cause oh darn! I was talking to my dad. And we were saying we can make like an ultimate Trap Jaw figure by like giving him this thing and like switch out the bodies, and that would look super cool, like with that thing over Trap Jaw. But you can't because his head doesn't, like Trap Jaw's head won't come off. I mean, it'll come off, but it's like a different ball joint size. I never tried to pull it off because these figures never really had a wide release in the US, and so if I accidentally break it, it'll be hard to get a replacement one. So yeah, here's his weapon, which is the same gun that comes on the comes with Castle Grayskull, the one that pegs onto the side of the weapons rack. And the funny thing is, it actually has a little peg hole. I don't know if you can see that in the light, but there you go. It has the peg hole, so you can stick it on Castle Grayskull if you really wanted to. He has that little hole on top for this string, if you wanted to do that. And he has the normal He-Man arms with like the bracelet thing there. So he doesn't have the normal villain arms, or the same arm that the original one had. But what actually looks really cool, I like doing this, is you can take off this arm. You can take off this arm and put on the robot arm for Trap Jaw. Here, I'll put in the hook. Put the robot on for Trap Jaw, and that actually looks really cool. It's like, you know, he hasn't quite, he's, you know, turning into Trap Jaw. He's not quite there yet, but he's becoming Trap Jaw. Like that's kind of cool. I really like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Kronis. I can take the figure apart. That's not part of him. I can take the figure apart, pull out this arm. If it'll come out, there you go. Pull out this arm. You just unpeg that, and this whole thing comes off, and he's got a blue chest. And then you got the head that can come off, which is normal ball joint there. And then the waist comes off, and there you go. So it's just like your normal, your typical Origins figure, and you can mix it up with anyone. So I mean, you could take Trap Jaw. His head won't come off, but you could take that belt off, and you could stick it on him if you really wanted to. This is molded on, so you can't exactly give him this torso because he has a different head too. I mean, like, I don't know if you can really see in there, but like, it's like it's a. Whereas on this, the neck joint is like super thin. In there, it's really thick, and it doesn't. It's different. I don't want to risk breaking it. So yeah, that's Kronis. Yeah, not much. Yeah, that's Kronis. Not much there. Let me put him back together real quick. All right, and there he is back together. And something I forgot to show you. His hands can come off, just like the normal figures. Pull their hands out. And there, you can stick that back in, and then you can also pull his ankle off there, so you can do more mix and match stuff. Although those two things I would not recommend pulling off because they're not going to get as loose. Whereas with the arm, it's designed to come on and off and on and off again. Whereas the hand and the leg, I feel like will get looser over time. If you want to keep like a stiff action figure and keep them able to, you know, hold up a weapon without it flipping over, like this, I would suggest not doing that because I feel like if you pull out too much, it'll just get really loose, and you try to put his arm up, it'll just flip down like that because of the weight. So yeah, I'd be careful with that, but it definitely is a fun feature that you can mix them up like that. But yeah, there's Kronis, definitely the weaker of the 2-pack, but I mean, it's definitely cool that they included him. I still don't really understand why he has why he doesn't have a green face like Trap Jaw. If there's some canon explanation for that, you can let me know in the comments. I would be very happy to know that. But I don't know, that's just kind of confusing to me. I'm sure there's a very good explanation, but anyway, that's it for Kronis. On to the main event, who probably everyone got this pack, is the Keldor pack character, whatever. He's oh my gosh. I've wanted a Keldor. I've always wanted a Keldor figure. Because I grew up, like, I'm not grew up, like, I'm still a kid, but how my dad got me into Master Universe was with the 2000X line, because we were doing like a garage sale, and I saw the Castle Grayskull. I was like, oh, what's this? This looks so cool. And I used it for my Lego figures. And then my dad, like, a couple months later, brought down the actual He-Man figures and let me see what they were. And I thought they were the coolest thing ever. And then he had like a DVD of like 10 episodes from that show. And so I watched those a lot. And in the first episode, it showed Keldor, like the origin story of Skeletor. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I want a figure of Keldor. Like, I've always wanted that figure, and now I finally have it. I mean, yes, it doesn't quite match up with the 2000X like scale, and well, not quite. It doesn't at all match up to the 2000X scale and stuff. But I can act out what I would have done with the 2000X figures with the Origins one. See, I really like this figure. This is a figure I've wanted for a very long time, and it's just cool that they're making 2000X characters, like the Evelyn that's coming out, that's in 2000X style with like the different colors. That's really cool. So I like having that. But yeah, he comes with this alternate Skeletor head. We'll look at that in a second. But let's take a look at his weapons. He's got this sword, which is the Prince Adam sword. Actually, it's a little bit different. But it has a purple down here, like a darker purple, and then the green up here, like it's being power blasted. And something that I thought was really cool, I don't have the Castle Grayskull with me right now, but if you stick this into the gate in Castle Grayskull, it goes all the way up to here. And you could have it like, he pulls it out and it's like it's been burned because it didn't work in Castle Grayskull. Or it can be like he's using the power to unlock it, like power, unlock Castle Grayskull. Like it's cool how it fits in perfectly. Like right where Castle Grayskull, like the gate key stops is right here. So I don't know if that's purposeful, but it's very cool. And then here's it next to the Prince Adam sword. They actually took the, it's a little bit different than the Prince Adam sword. The top of it's exactly the same, but the bottom of it, they took it and they made it a lot thinner, which is nice, because like the Prince Adam sword, you cannot even fit it in a character's hand because it's so darn thick. But this one you can fit in their hand. I think they went a little bit like too small because it still doesn't quite fit his hand well. It doesn't want to stay in. But that's fine. And then here's this Havoc staff with purple on the bottom and green on the top, like he's shooting energy blasts out of it, which is super cool. I really like that. But the sad thing is, you can't switch it out with the other Skeletor because it's a lighter purple. Like, even in the camera, this looks black, but it's not. It's purple, which I think is kind of sad. But that's okay. I was gonna do something. What was I gonna do? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. This sword, you want to be careful with it because it's very rubbery, and I had it in the car, and it felt like it was almost melting. Like the bottom of it was sticky. So try to keep it out of the direct sunlight, because it might just melt, and that wouldn't be good. So yeah. As for the Keldor figure, amazing. Let's take a look at it in comparison to the Skeletor. You see, automatically this is a lot lighter for purple, so all the people who want to use the Skeletor head for this Skeletor body, it's not gonna work. I mean, you could do it, but it's not gonna match up quite like it's supposed to. But I have a way to fix that. I'll show you in a second. Alright, I'll show you later in the video. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, the Keldor has the boots. It does not have the normal reptile feet or the boots that He-Man has. It has the neutral boots. Like they use these for classics, I think. Like Zodak had them, and a couple other characters had them who weren't like super evil or super good. Like a lot of characters have these, so that's cool. Like it's the first time you're ever getting those boots. And then you see he has the He-Man arms with like the bracelet wristband thing here, and then he has that Skeletor chest plate with like see the one stay the same one he has, only this is painted green, which looks super cool, and then that's pink right there, which is very similar to the 2000X. I think they were all like that. Like all the Skeletors are like that. Then he has this cape, which is very cool, and then the hair goes over the cape. So the problem with that is you can't tilt his head up. You can still tilt it side to side, but when you tilt it sideways, he looks kind of down. But it's still okay. Like it still works great. And if you want to have some more rotation on the head, you can just take off the cape. But I think the Keldor looks better with the cape. That's just my opinion. And then it has this little thing down here that Skeletor has in the darker purple. Yeah, that's it for that. Let's see what he looks like with the Skeletor head on. Actually, wait, before I do that, here's what he looks like with the Keldor head without the cape. So I mean that looks okay, but I just feel like, I don't know, it looks a little naked in my opinion. You still have the problem with the head tilting down, but you can tilt it up a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely think he looks better with the cape as far as he is when he's Keldor. Oh, his thing came off. Give me a second. Alright, so yeah, when the cape is on him as Skeletor, here's what it looks like with the Skeletor head. And he has the cape on, which I think looks okay. I mean, I don't know. I think he looks, maybe it's just I'm used to seeing the Skeletor like this, and it looks kind of weird with him having the cape. It actually looks really good on camera. But what I was saying is the perfect way to do Skeletor with this, is you get this one, you give him that new Skeletor head, and then, what you would want to do is you take this Skeletor, pull off his arms, pull out this Skeletor's arms, probably see where I'm going with this, but these ones on there, and now he's got the normal, like, evil person arms with the little pokey things on the side. You can't really do anything with the boots because there's not a perfect match. Like, you could put on these reptile boots, but it's too bright of a purple. I mean, this we were looking at the Scareglow one, but the Scareglow one's just a different shade of purple. It doesn't quite work. But yeah, I think that's like the perfect Skeletor in my opinion. You got like the normal arms. You got the cool head with like the gems inside. You can see that Skeletor head has like the gem as her eyes, and that looks super cool. I like that a lot. But I think that's the ultimate Skeletor, in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, let me get him back as Keldor, and then I'll show you how he comes apart and stuff. Alright, so here he is, back as Keldor, the Great. He's pretty cool looking. Now all we need is a King Randor, so you can like recreate that fight scene from the first episode, 2000X. You know, they fought, and then he threw the stuff on his face, and he was like, his face got burned, and he became Skeletor. It was a little bit more complicated than that, but, I mean, that's basically what happened. Anyway, let's look at how he comes apart. This pack did not come with a pamphlet that shows, like, here's Ram Man. See, Ram Man had, like, a little thing that showed, you know, his head came off, his arm came off. These ones didn't have that, and they also didn't have a mini-comic. I would have really liked to see a mini-comic in this that showed, like, the origins of Keldor and Trapjaw. It's gonna be like, if some little kid saw this, they'd be like, wait, that guy looks like Skeletor. That guy looks like Trapjaw. Why does he have a Skeletor? Like, they wouldn't know that it's who they used to be. I mean, I get this as more of a collector's figure thing anyway, but I mean, this wave is ultimately sold for kids, so I don't know why they would do that. Maybe they would have, like, I mean, that'd be really cool, have, like, you know, it explained why Kronis' head is blue when Trapjaw's head is green. Like, it could answer those questions that, like, a little kid would have. That would be a good idea, in my opinion, just have a mini comic. But I don't work for Mattel. So, anyway, let's take a look at how this comes apart. You have the weapons that come out. You can get rid of those, you don't need those right now. Head comes off. You've seen that, to switch out the Skeletor head. Cape comes off. Arms come off. Hands detach from the arms. And you'll notice he has 2 thumbs up hands, whereas all the other figures, Kronis included, has a thumbs up hand and high five hand, which I don't understand why Kronis doesn't have 2 thumbs up hands, because this gun has 2 handles, so he should be holding it, like, gripping it with both hands. Why doesn't he have a grippy hand? Like, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. But yeah, he has 2 thumbs up hands. The other hand also comes out. That's oh, that one's not coming out. There we go. See, that's how this comes off, just like the normal Skeletor. Waist comes off. Little skirt thing comes out. And then his boots do come off. And there you go. That's how Keldor comes apart. And if you want to throw in Skeletor head, there you go. That's what it looks like all taken apart. Now, let's put it back together. Alright, and here he is back together. Keldor. What'd the box say? It's been 3 weeks. Evil apprentice of Hordak. And then, I don't remember what his said. Servant of... No. Evil warrior from another dimension. That's what it was. Yes. And yes, he's the servant of Hordak, I think, or whatever. Alright, anyway, yeah, that's everything with these figures. Let's see If we can get him in some cool poses. Alright, and here's this one. He's looking at his own skeleton head. That's fun. And here's Keldor's face melting off. Oh no! My face! It's melting off! And now his face is just laying there, melting away, as he has a new Skeletor face. Oh my gosh! I hope that didn't hit my face. My face might turn green. Oh no! My face is turning green. And I somehow lost an arm in the process. And a mouth. Nah. I guess. Yeah. Here he is crying about his new, melted face. I'm so ugly! No one will ever love me! It's okay. No one ever did to begin with. And here, Kronis stole Keldor's cape and staff. And now he's shooting his own gun at him. And this is what it'd look like if Kronis had two grippy hands to hold the gun. I think that looks pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. And here are Keldor and Kronis, now Skeletor and... you did give him the Trapjaw face. Then he'd just be trapped. Or Skeletor and still Kronis, not quite Trapjaw. Right before, I guess, their fight with when they start fighting He-Man. Wait, that doesn't really make sense. I didn't give... Wait a second. Here are Skeletor and Kronis, now... Wait. Keldor and Kronis, now Skeletor and Trapjaw. Right before they start fighting He-Man. I was trying to do something with Kronis, because then it'd just be Trapjaw. But, there you go. That's their final state before they start fighting. If you want to use the ultimate Skeletor. Which I do, because I think that looks super cool. Yeah. Alright, so overall, this is a very, very good 2-pack. I like it a lot. Like, I originally thought that the Keldor, or not Keldor, Keldor's the reason I wanted this. The Kronis would just be like, you know, an added bonus, like, Keldor! It'd basically be a $30 Keldor figure with the bonus, Kronis. But actually, I actually like the Kronis figure a lot more than I thought I would. Yes, there's some problems with it, but it's really good. But... yeah, I mean, it is basically just Trapjaw without all this cool, without all the cool things that make Trapjaw cool. It'd be like Ram Man without his ramming. But anyway, yes, it's a very good pack. If you can find it, I would highly recommend this if you can find it anywhere. I mean, we managed to find 2, but that was with many weeks in between. So maybe you can find one, but good luck. But yeah, this is a very good pack. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I have a lot of He-Man Master Universe reviews on my channel. Alright, please subscribe if you want to. I do a lot of He-Man reviews like this. I have a lot on the channel. I've pretty much I have basically every single figure from Wave 2 up. Or not Wave 2, Wave 3 up. So I have a lot on the channel. I also have some other random things mixed in there. But I mostly do He-Man stuff. I'm thinking of actually, like, splitting and doing, like, multiple channels. Have, like, a He-Man channel. Like, this will be my He-Man channel. And then I have, like, a channel from all other things. Like, I do Legos and stuff. I can do, like, a Lego channel. Just so that way I can have more, focus on one thing for each channel. But, yeah, let's, yeah, I actually also have Instagram. I just started a couple months ago. It's, at Huffy Reviews. I think that's how Instagram works with the @ or whatever. I've never done Instagram. I don't even have a personal one. That's just, yeah. Anyway, go follow that. You can like the video if you want to. You can even dislike it, but I wouldn't really like that. That would be kind of sad if you dislike the video. You can leave a comment if you have any tips on how to make it better, like what I do better, or you have an explanation for why his face isn't green, or why his face isn't blue. If you have a better explanation, you can tell me in the comments. Because I really like to know, because I'm quite confused. But yeah, thanks for watching, and Jesus loves you. Bye. Wait a second. Did I... I put his arm on backwards. That's nice. So now he really does have it's a backwards, thumbs down hand. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I think I've had too much sugar. I haven't even had any sugar. Alright. I'm very energetic today. Come on, get back together. Okay. Alright. And there's his cape and his head. Alright. And time for him to magically come together. Ah. Hello everyone, welcome to Huffy Reviews. Today we have Masters of the Universe Rise of Evil, Dark Origins of 2 of Eternia's Evil War. That was kind of bad. Back together.